Hey everyone, my name is Matt Jones. I'm the preaching minister here at the Hilldale Church of Christ in Clarksville, Tennessee, and you're watching Organic Christianity. Okay, I want to encourage you to open your Bibles up with me to the Gospel of Mark. We're going to be in chapter 1, and we're going to be looking in about the passage of verses 29 through just a little bit into the next passage. So let's start in verse 29. This is a very encouraging passage to me, but it's also a very convicting passage to me, and I hope to be able to encourage you with this passage this morning. Notice what we happen after Jesus has left the synagogue. This is the beginning of his ministry, right? He entered the house of Simon with James and John, and now Simon's mother-in-law lay ill with a fever, and immediately, now I just want you to take notice, this is actually a pretty important word. If you start to study through the Gospel of John, immediately, or Gospel of Mark, immediately is used a lot. So Simon's mother-in-law, Simon Peter, she is ill with a fever, and immediately they told Jesus about her, and he came to her, took her by the hand, and lifted her up, and the fever left her, and she began to serve them. Now, they have witnessed a couple of miracles so far, Jesus' chosen disciples. And that has sparked something in them, because notice what happens because of this miracle. Look at what they do. So that evening at sundown, okay, now you have to understand who the they are, right? They are these guys, right? Simon, Andrew, James, and John. They brought to him all who were sick or oppressed by demons, and the whole city was gathered together at the door. There was a lot of folks ready to be healed, ready to have demons casted out of them. And notice what Jesus does, and he healed many who were sick with various diseases and cast out many demons. And he would not permit the demons to speak because they knew him. All right? Now I just want you to take note. And I want you to use some speculation here, and it can be implied through this text too. How long do you think this took? All right, you think Jesus had a personal encounter with each person throughout his ministry? We notice in the gospel accounts, it seemed that he wanted to have a personal connection with each person that he was healing. And so now imagine all of these people being at this door, right? And Jesus using this power given to him by God to heal these people, to cast out these demons. I wonder how long that took, right? It probably was an all-night affair, right? You have to think he's probably spending a lot of time seeing these people, making this connection and healing them and casting out these demons. Okay, now, sometimes we would say he would be burning the midnight oil. I would think so. This is where it gets convicting to me. We all work hard, don't we? Well, we all spend a lot of time doing things. Maybe it's being very involved in our hobbies. Maybe it's being very involved in our children's sports. Maybe it's being involved in other things that we love to do. Maybe it's work. But we love to do those things. And sometimes we'll do those into the wee hours of the night. Look at what Jesus does in verse 35 that truly is very convicting to me. And rising very early in the morning, while it was still dark, he departed and went out to a desolate place, and there he prayed. Now, please don't lose sight. He had a late night, but that wasn't going to stop him from having an early morning with God. Jesus knew his task. Later on in verse 38 and 39, he's going to talk about how I need to keep going on so I can preach, because that's what I came to do. You see, Jesus knew his mission, and he prepared himself well for it. He made sure to go to this desolate place. Well, why did he have to go to this desolate place? Because look at verse 36, right? Verse 36 and 37, everybody was looking for him. You see, sometimes everybody's looking for us too. It may not be by us physically, people coming to us, but it may be on our phones. People trying to call us, people trying to get a hold of us somehow. Sometimes, a lot of times, there's those moments where we need to go to our desolate place because we all have a mission. We all should be working towards getting ourselves to heaven, but also trying to bring others with us. And so it's so crucial to make sure we have that quiet time with God. Maybe it is early in the morning, or maybe it's late at night, or maybe it's at your lunch break. Whatever time it is, we need to make sure we have that time. We need to make sure we go to that desolate place and pray to God, because there are things in front of us. Maybe it's a decision that we have to make. Maybe it's a diagnosis that's been given to us. Maybe it's loved ones that we care for. There are things in our life we need to pray for. And having that desolate place is so important for us when we have those moments. I hope this has been encouraging and also convicting to you, because it's been something that's always been in my mind. I have a mission that I want to accomplish. How often am I spending time talking to the Master? Thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you have any questions or comments, or want to reach out to me, I would love to talk to you. And again, have a blessed week and find that time to be able to go to God. See ya.